This message is for everyone up there. If you have parents, if you have brothers, I mean, you are a man, you are a woman, you have the privilege to have parents. This video will relate to you. Or you have someone up there you take as your parents. Maybe your parents is no longer available on earth, and you have someone you take as a parent. This video is for you. Many of us don't understand the blessing behind our mothers, our fathers. This is one thing I love about Pastor Joshua, Apostle Joshua. Yes, this is the main reason why I love him. Listen, there are some doors that will never be open until the heart of your mom and your dad are met. Some people don't understand this. Some people don't. That is why sometimes when I'm talking with my mom, I do used to tell my mom, I'm not going to marry you again. No, I'm not going to marry you. I'm coming to collect the money I pay on your head. Why? Because I want that to feel good. But many of us are that kind of person who provoke our mom, provoke our dad to the point they cost you. Trust me, you may not know the value because, sorry to say this, ignorance is the highest disease, is the highest for sickness on planet Earth. You may not know this. The prayer of your parents can go faster than the prayer of your pastor. I see, that was when I was at home. I did used to see some of my friends, who used to talk to their parents anyhow, talk to their mother anyhow, do whatsoever they like to do with their parents, but they don't last long. Yes, trust me, not one, not two, not three, I have noticed. They don't live long. People don't understand. I was in a dream that was last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. So I was in that dream in the time of that coronavirus. So there was something that was happening in my state. Then I was like praying. I said, God, can you reveal to me the reason why this thing is going on? I was in that dream. After 2 days of my prayer, I was in that dream when the Lord revealed to me that the reason why most of the youth are dying young is because of the fact that they are dishonoring their parents. When I wake up, I was shocked. I said, what is going on? And I have seen a lot of guys who died. And those days, we do used to tell them, this thing you are doing to your parents is not good. Some of them do used to raise their hands on their parents, slap their parents, beat their parents. I would just be watching. Is it not the same parents I have? Is it not the same dad I have? Because many of us don't know why we struggle, but it looks like we are not getting it. Trust me, that is why I love my parents. To God who made me. If God be God on earth whom I serve, if peradventure someone will still come alive, I don't care whether they have money, they don't have money. My prayer is that in next generation to come, in next world to come, may the Lord never take me to another place. May it take me to the same parents. I don't know how he do it, but he know how he do it. May it still connect me to my parents. Because my mom have never cursed me once. My mom have never once cursed me. My dad, I can't talk about that. My dad have never laid a single curse on me. That is why many of us, I tell one of my uncle a question. I tell one of my brother, I said, do you know the reason why a lot of people are suffering today? It's not because they are not working hard. Because when your parents open mouth and lay cost on you, it takes the grace of God for it to be to be broken. It takes the grace of God. Look at Esau and Jacob. What happened in their life? Some people don't understand. Look at the life of this man, the life of Haman. when he was troubling with Esther. I'm not saying that Esther is stronger or Esther senior Haman, but there are some people you ought not to lay a word on. Trust me. There are some mothers that no matter how rude your mom, your dad, no matter how wicked they are, never you let them lay cost on you. I tell one of my friends, he said, my mom is not good, my dad is not good. I said, they did not abort you. That only that one, you ought to respect them. Whether they have money, they don't have money, don't give an ear to your explanation. There are many people today whom their parents have sold, collect money. I hear a news that was last 3 years where a man in Nigeria and his wife, they sold their own kid. Is it not 5 years kid, a bit 3 years kid, a bit 5 to 3 years kid? They sold him because of simple 50,000 naira, which is 50 euro now. It's not up to 50 euro now. They sold their own child. And you are alive, you are able to know your parents. They did not kill you, abort you. They did not do all kinds of things to you. And you tell me, my brother, we need to be careful. If you are that kind of person, it's not too late. Go and plead. I tell one of my friends, I say, listen, every year we have to do something. We have to call our parents, give them either money or we buy some certain stuff. And we ask them to lay a prophetic word. Some people think prophets are only the pastors. The prophet you are seeing directly to you, the main special prophet you are seeing is your parents. Forget about the pastors. Forget about the ones which we know that God called them. But when it comes to naturally, spiritually, godly ways, your parents, after God, is your parents. Is your parents. Trust me. That is why you should be careful how you talk to your parents. That is why you should be careful how you treat your parents. That is why you should be careful the kind word you speak to them. Look at it. Do you know the reason why Samson was not able to fulfill his mission? It's not because he's not anointed. It's not because it's not equipped. It's because of the fact that he lacked the understanding and the foundation of the parents. Because the parents told him, this is where you ought to marry. This is what you ought to do. This is what was told by to us. This is what you need to do. This is what you need not to do. But Samson was so adamant that he was not able to do or to understand or hearken to the parents. That leads to his destruction. What about King Jacob and what Esau? So we have to understand this. That is why I used to ask some of my friends. I said, before you said your business is not growing, before you said you are not progressing, succeeding, have you come to ask yourself a question? How am I treating my parents? It's necessary. Yes, some people don't understand it. You don't need to give your parents money before that spirit of blessing that followed them from the bed start to flow in your life. The happiness you give them. Have you ever called your mom and tell your mom, I love you? Have you ever called your dad? You said, Dad, I can remember the sacrifice you pay. I can remember when I was in Libya. After everything I went through, when I was in Libya, I was able to reach my mom. I said, Mom, now I understand the reason why my dad used to tell me that if I grow up, I will understand. He said, what do you mean? I said, no food again, no. I can stay throughout the whole day. I will just move to the kitchen, come back, no food. She started to laugh. I said, Mom, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. You remember those days, if I come back from school, I would say, I don't want to eat yam. I don't want to eat cassava. I want to eat beans. I want to eat rice. Every day, yam, every day, beans, every day, fufu. She burst loud. She said, small now, it will master you. And it come to a point where I still call my mom. I was talking to my mom. I said, Mom, I will never forget the sacrifice you pay. I can remember those days that you used to travel You will come back, rain will wet all your clothes. Rain will mess up your dressing. And we will still be complaining, Mom, why do you come back late? Mom, this is the moment I understand everything. I thank you for the sacrifice that you and my dad offered. She keeps silent. She did not even respond. Oh, because I know that word make her to understand the value, the things that she have done. But many of us, instead of us to appreciate our mom, we will just be like, Mom, what have you done? Is it not look at your mate, look at you, them, they do this, they do that. But many of us don't know that there are a lot of rich people today that the moment they die, that mark the beginning of the suffering of their children. Many parents today whom you are seeing outside that are wealthy have used the destiny of their children to become wealthy. I have seen it. Some people will not like what I'm saying, but this is just the fact truth. If you have a parents, maybe you think they are poor, you need to be grateful. You need to be careful because they refuse to use you as a sacrifice. Yes, man, you won't like what I'm telling you. They refuse to use you as a sacrifice. I have seen a lot of things on my way on my lifetime. Some people will say, where do you come from? I come from in Nigeria, where things are done, where wrongs are done. So you have to understand, if you have a parent who refuse to use you, you have to be grateful. Because I have seen rich men which today their children are begging food to eat. All their wealth within 2 months they sell it. Not because they don't have the capacity to handle it. It's because the money comes from a wrong route. That is why the Bible says, if the foundation are being destroyed, what can the righteous man do? So, if the foundation that some parents laid are not good, you that is blaming them. Sometimes I used to tell my mom a question. I say, Mom, why is it that, because when I was born, I was too small. I said, Mom, why is it that when I was born, you refused to do what people were telling you? Because those days, you used to tell me that there are some people who used to come to greet you. And they used to tell you that I will not survive, I won't make it, that it is better you throw me either in the sea, all those stuff. He said, no, because I love you. Tears flow from my eye when she said this word. I was just crying within me. He said, I love you. Imagine if I would have done that. What will I be reaping now? Who will have been calling me and be telling me I love you? Who will have been the one that one day, that sometimes will send me this and said, use this to buy this, use this to do that. So many of us need to be grateful. Because our parents, some of our parents are so kind. Not that they don't have the opportunities to use you. Not that they don't have the opportunity to join the club. Not that they don't have the opportunity to join the big men. But they refuse to do it. To take life step by step. They refuse to, they decide to take life easy by easy. Not rushing. And they arrive it. That is why you need to understand the fact that everything worketh good for them that know God. So you have to be careful how you treat your parents. You don't need to give them money. Even sometimes, many of us, our parents don't need our money. Yes, because they have been working since before we were born. They don't need our money. They just need that accommodation, that love. That child love, that self-love from us. So stop treating your parents as if tomorrow you can buy them. Because trust me, no matter how much money you have, you can never buy what parents have there. You can never replace your parents. You get what I'm saying? You can become like a Dangote, Bigate, etc. But you can never buy what your parents. So treat them now that you are seeing them. If you are that kind of person that is distant from them, call them, smile with them through phone, give them reason to live long. They don't need your money in order for them to live long. That smile, they will say, yes, my son is there. My son is there. When I'm sad, I can see I can see that anytime he called me, it's not going to make it's not going to make my heart flee. Because there are some people today, with the moment your parents pick your call, the blood BP, High blood pressure. Why? Because some people are not mentally okay. So we need to be careful. Whether your parents are good, they are not good, don't let them lay curse on you. And if peradventure they have made that mistake, go and correct it so that doors will be opening for you. So that you will not end up crying, I die. No. May the Lord bless you. Remain blessed. Sorry for telling you what the truth. You know what I'm saying? May the Lord bless you.